All right, welcome everyone to the Solana Community Validator discussion, April 27th, 2023. On the agenda today, we've got our normal validator updates, a small recap of the validator educational workshop that happened this week, and then Scale 3 is going to demo their monitoring platform. So the Scale 3 guys are here. They're going to take over and talk about what they've been working on. So first of all, updates. 1.13.7 is still recommended for mainnet beta. I believe as of last call, we weren't quite there yet, but now we've gotten over the majority of the cluster on 1.13.7, and the root cause analysis has been released. So if you haven't had a chance yet, definitely take a look at this, read through the outage root cause analysis, what happened there. There's a nice little TLDR at the top. Essentially, there was a big block that got created. That big block would have been fine if maybe some other block forwarding services weren't doing retransmission of that block. So the combination of sort of some deduping logic that got a little bit overwhelmed, and then the block forwarding that also sort of exacerbated the problem led to the outage that happened. But you can read a lot more detail here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for mainnet. We're still kind of in a holding pattern on mainnet until we go through the downgrade, upgrade, upgrade, downgrade, upgrade plan that we're doing on testnet, which I'll talk about next. So in testnet, 1.13.7 is also recommended at the moment. The plan here is to do a process on testnet where we upgrade it to 1.14.7, downgrade it back to 1.13.7, upgrade it again. On that final upgrade to 1.14.17, we are going to enable all of the features that are not yet enabled on mainnet that we plan to enable. So we're going to enable all those features on testnet, test it there, make sure everything runs well, and then assuming there's no bugs found, everything goes well, we'll do that same process on mainnet. So this is part of Toli's blog post about how we're going to make sort of more comprehensive testing plan when we roll out new minor releases. So once this whole process is done on testnet, then we'll be able to start the mainnet rollout. Any questions on either testnet or mainnet? Cool. All right. So yeah, a little recap on the Validator educational workshop. Steve, who's on the call, led the workshop and went over important logs to look at when you're starting your validator up, kind of what they mean and how you can help just sort of see the progress your validator is making. If you want to check that out, there's a playlist right here that I will put in. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta exit out here. There we go. Put these in the chat. There we go. So definitely take a look if you haven't. It's been kind of passed around on Discord a couple times already, so I think people are actually checking them out and getting some good info out of them. I personally thought the last workshop was pretty useful, but any questions or just feedback on the last one before we move on? Okay, one more plug here. Planning to do the next one on May 31st. Don't have a topic or a presenter yet, but if anybody has a topic they're interested in or passionate about, want to teach, or even just suggest, let me know. We've got about a month till the next one, so plenty of time to get something together. We really like to keep these going on kind of a regular cadence because, you know, I think there's a lot of good content out there and people discover it after the fact, so pretty good resource to have for the community. All right, great. Well, that's all the updates I've got. Hand it over to the Scale 3 team, let them introduce themselves. I'll just turn off screen share and let you all take over.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tim, and thanks to the Solana community for having us. Super excited today to walk you through a little bit about what we're building at Scale 3 and show you the actual meat and potatoes of the platform. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Sounds good. So I'll walk you through with a very quick introduction, but my name is Thakrar. I focus on product and strategy here at Scale 3. I'm joined by Yemi, my colleague, who is one of the senior blockchain engineers on the protocol side of the house. The best way to think about Scale 3, we're a Web3 infra company. We're building dev tools. Our platform is what we like to call the DevOps platform for monitoring and maintaining your Web3 infrastructure. So we're multi-chain today. However, super excited to announce that we now have full feature support for Solana. So really excited to show you exactly what that means. In terms of our team, we're a team of builders. We have deep experience between infra and blockchain experience, primarily focused on crypto infra. So spent a lot of time around centralized and distributed computing, both at Coinbase, Consensus, and other Web2 companies. In terms of our products today, again, I'll fly through this, but at a high level, we have a couple products that are live today and a few more that we're building. But we're basically building, again, the DevOps stack for monitoring your actual nodes. So today we provide a product called Autopilot. That's a one-to-one view of monitoring your nodes. We have alerting as well. We have the process or a whole process for upgrading your nodes through a few clicks. We provide granular logs, and you can again do this across multiple protocols. Our second product, Control Center, is a one-to-many view. So again, really interesting for those that are running multiple nodes, for the foundation, and or folks that or enterprises that are running, again, multiple nodes that would like to have a view of how all the nodes are actually performing. In addition to that, we also provide in-platform broadcast messaging. So really leaning into solving the communication and coordination problem around, again, upgrading your nodes, rolling back, as well as any patches that may be needed to be fixed. In terms of how that all fits in and what our grand vision is, again, the best way to think about it, if you're going to take anything away from this conversation, is we're defining what best-in-class Web3 DevOps is. And so our inaugural products today are really focused at the infra layer, so at the bottom of the stack right now for blockchain networks and blockchain nodes, but we're actually building tool at the APM layer as well. As I mentioned also, we're also building technology for, again, ingesting logs and then running AI and ML on top of it to help you understand exactly what your logs are telling you. The beauty of our platform also is we have alerting at every stack of the actual platform. So at a high level, we provide network intelligence alerts, we provide node update alerts, we provide node performance alerts, as well as validator metrics. So we're super excited to show you a little bit about this. But our ask to the Solana community is sign up today, try it out, let us know. We'd love your feedback. Also, use the QR code here to join our Discord. Again, love to have you sign up at scale3labs.com. Check out our Discord. Give us feedback. We'd love to have that feedback. And I'll pass it off to Yemi at this time to walk you through exactly how the platform works.
Hey, thanks, Jay. Hopefully everyone can hear me fine. It's a little bit late here, so. All right. My name is Jamie, like Jay said, and I'm super excited to show you what we're building for the Solana ecosystem, and it's kind of cool to actually see some of the old faces here from Coinbase. So just saying hi there, Nathan. All right, so let me share my screen, kind of show you here. So first thing I'm going to walk you through is our Autopilot product that Jay mentioned. So think of Autopilot really as just your one-stop shop for all things related to your being a Solana validator, right? So updates, information, like timely information. And let me share my screen. I'll walk you through what these steps look like. All right. Google Meet isn't letting me share my screen. Give me 1 second here. All right. I think I have way too many windows open, so I may have to quit and rejoin real quickly. 1 second. I cannot find my screen. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll just quit and rejoin.
It's always when you prep and things happen, right? So.
Yeah, when I was in a Google Meet, the last time I tried to share my screen, it was difficult too. I can't remember what I had to do, but it was more steps than I thought I'd have to do. So it's tricky.
Yeah, I bailed yesterday and had Tim show his screen. Just gave up.
Yeah, we can't hear you. You're still muted.
Well, while he's setting up, maybe we can fill some time here. Jay, are you I'm sure very familiar with the product that he's about to demo?
Yes.
And so I just had a question out of curiosity. Since you've done this for so many blockchains, what about Solana is sort of unique? Like, what does Solana have that others don't, or not have that others do? Is there anything you can sort of mention? Because I've never done a validator on another blockchain, so I'm always curious about like how Solana stacks up against the operations of other blockchains.
Sure, that's a great question. Karthik, can you hear me from our side as well? Karthik, I know Karthik and Yemi are both have specialized on the Solana side. So Karthik may be able to provide more informed opinion there.
Yeah, I can jump in there. So in terms of node operations as such, because Solana is such a fast chain, one of the challenges is that if at all your node falls behind the blockchain tip height, you need to have like highly available snapshots and whatnot to bring it back up and get your node up and running again. So it's kind of a challenge for all the other blockchains too, but not so much because Solana is much more faster. It's kind of a huge pain point, and also the requirements from a hardware standpoint. That's it. I feel like all these challenges come through because it's a fast chain. I would say so.
Thank you. Maybe we can revisit that later because it looks like your presenter is ready to go.
Yeah, apologies for that. Chrome just completely failed me. But hopefully everyone can see my screen now.
Yes,
so,
we can.
Cool, thanks. All right, so basically, this is what our page looks like today. What I'm going to walk you through, like I said, is the autopilot workflow. So as a new user, you want to say onboard your validated node for monitoring or just check out our platform. What you want to do is just basically click on the sign in up here. We have sign-in integration with Google, so you don't have to like create a username, password, anything like that. We can automatically pick up your Google name, and you have a chance to change that if you don't want us to use your default name passed on by Google. But let's jump forward. So here you kind of get a selection of all the chains that we currently have support for, as well as a couple other ones that we're working on. For this demo, I'm going to focus on, oh wait, okay, you can still see my screen. For this demo, I'm going to focus on Solana. So I'm going to select Solana here. And here's kind of where things start to kind of like, I call it magic, but maybe some folks may not appreciate it. But basically, if you've ever gone to the Solana Validator channel, there's always questions like, hey, what's the best way to monitor my node? I want to set up some sort of a monitoring. And there's all kinds of really good resources that the community has provided. So I know Soul Staking is kind of one of the most popular dashboard Grafana monitoring solution. There's also one by Chainflow, and the one by Chainflow uses Prometheus Grafana stack. I think the other solution is a Telegraph based. So, but in our case, what we've implemented is the Grafana Prometheus based monitoring. And really what this is showing you, I'm kind of providing you a little bit of background here. But if you ever go through one of those community provided guides, it's a 25-step process of how to set up monitoring. You go through all these steps. But compare that to this single page is all you need to set up monitoring on our platform. It's literally just a 3-step process. You go in and download the binary, and I'll walk you through a little bit of what the binary is. Download the binary, just change the script to make it executable. You had a Grafana configuration, and boom, you execute the installer. And within a few minutes, you get a monitoring dashboard. Literally, that's all it takes. All right, so let's walk through the magic of, like I said, what I call the magic of monitoring in Scale 3. And really, this is just showing the autopilot flow. So what I'm going to do now is hop on over to my DevNet validator that I spent a lot of time setting up, because obviously DevNet is not super stable and as much. But I have a DevNet validator that I've set up here, and I'm going to stop sharing the screen. But basically, everything you will see on the on my DevNet validator is all just steps from this. So again, connecting to our terminal, download the script, change the executable, and just run the Grafana configuration. So I'm going to stop sharing this, then cut on over to the DevNet node that I have. Okay. Hopefully Chrome doesn't fail me again. All right, looks like we made it. Cool. All right, so my DevNet node terminal is up and running. So what I'm going to do is basically just walk through those 3 steps that I mentioned earlier. So the first thing is downloading the binary. So what we've done is kind of wrap the whole flow around a what we call Scale 3 CLI that offers you updates, it offers you monitoring, it offers you inventory, and I'm going to walk you through all of that as well. But the first step is just downloading the binary from Scale 3 platform, changing the permissions for the install script, and I'm copying over the Grafana configuration. So what we do here is we actually provision a dedicated tenant for you when you onboard through the autopilot flow. So you're getting a Grafana instance that is specifically catering to your validator. All right. So you do need an API key. This is a way of protecting you from kind of separating your data out. So I created a API key on that instructions page, and I'm just going to put that in here as the last step and execute the installer. I am running here as my sole user, just the user that is running the Solana validator. All right, so I get a couple messages through the flow, basically just setting up all the dependencies that we need to execute this flow. Then you get a prompt asking what chain or network we want to set up monitoring for. In our case here, we have a DevNet validator, so I'm going to select DevNet. And what's our validator name? I'm just going to use my public key for that. Let's call it this. So one thing I want to real quickly touch on. So for this flow, you need your validator public key as well as the vote account. So, all right. So we put in the public key here. The vote account for my validator is somewhere here. Let me make sure I have that. Boom. So once I put that in there, it's downloading all the rest of the dependencies. So as you may know, Solana currently doesn't provide a native Prometheus endpoint. So this is pulling down the Solana mission control from Chainflow, like I mentioned earlier, and it's basically setting that up on your machine or your validator and downloading Grafana agent to do metrics export. All right, so you get one last chance to confirm the configuration is correct. As long as you copy it and paste it from the previous instructions page, you shouldn't have any problems. So we're just going to say yes here. And within a few minutes, we should see a success message from this install. Like I said, I haven't gone through like setting up monitoring. If you've ever had to go through this, you know how painful it can be. But we just literally finished setting up monitoring for your monitoring dashboard for our DevNet validator. So the moment you see this message, hey, Scale 3 Labs successfully started shipping metrics, that's it. So yeah, it didn't know. So this is all open source, by the way. You can, this is just shell scripts. We'll open source it. You can see what's happening behind the scenes. So we're not doing anything crazy here. I just saw your comment about installing rootkit. No. All right. So that's pretty much it here. I'm going to hop on back over to the autopilot dashboard so you can kind of see the rest of the flow there. Cool. All right. So let's stop sharing the screen and go back to the other. All right. So back on our onboarding flow here. I've followed all these steps on my DevNet validator. So now I can just click on go to dashboard. And while we're waiting for that node to come back up, I want to kind of walk you through some of the other things that you may find beneficial for your as a validator. So one of the big things I know, having like done this for a little while, jumping in on Discord can be very, very, very painful from a noise signal to noise standpoint. So you jump into Discord and you're trying to find like a critical message. A lot of times there are multiple announcement channels and all kinds of announcements. But what we've done here really is, as a validator, we're providing you like signal rather than noise here. So all the critical information that you need for your validator, if there's like a action required, we're able to filter here and say, okay, is this an announcement? Is it an action that I need to take? Is there an upgrade? Basically, all those details are here firsthand for you. The second thing is node update. So say if you're just like using you're building from source, or you're not, and you need those binaries from Solana for Solana, here we give you an option here to basically download the binary for your validator or full node. The other real important thing that I personally find helpful for a lot of the chains that I work in is there's all kinds of questions that the same questions come up over and over and over in Discord channels. Like, oh, I want to run my Solana on Discord. And obviously, no, it's not supported, but like is a lot of these questions that keep coming on over and over. And what we've done here is curate those questions. And we're also adding some AI models around this to actually automatically surface trends and questions that are popular in the Discord community for Solana. The one thing that I'm super excited to show you is this is currently in private beta, but basically I wanted to show you our Node GPT, which is really a chat AI assistant for Solana. So you're able to come in here and ask chat assistant questions specific to being a validator on on Solana. So I'm getting distracted a little bit. So I'm going to just ask, what is watch Solana Watchtower? Let's ask. Demo gods are friendly to me today, but let's see what it says. It takes a few minutes. Cool. All right. So we got a response. Watchtower is used to monitor the health of a cluster. Polls, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Looks like we're getting some good responses. So how do I set up Solana Watchtower? Let's see what Node GPT says. It's a mouthful sometimes. All right, cool. There you go. So you get a maybe more of our formatting could be a little bit better here, but basically this is just walking you through. Think of it as your assistant for running a Solana node, so not a validator. But basically you get responses specific to the Solana. We are continuing to train this model, so the responses are going to get better and better over time. But just wanted to highlight some of the features that we are currently working on here for the Node GPT. All right, so the other thing I'm going to jump into, this is just while we're waiting for the node to come up. You get a feed here for basically the high signal, because everyone knows sometimes information on Twitter is even much more recent or just more real time than Discord. But here you kind of get a feel for what's going on the Solana ecosystem on Twitter. So you don't have to have a Twitter account if you're not maybe you're one of those people leaving Twitter for whatever reasons. But anyways, this gives you that view into what's going on the ecosystem. So everything I've showed so far, you can actually get on your own platform. So we provide all this data via API, where you can get those signals, those updates, those alerts, all those you can feed into your own custom platform. We allow you to basically create an API key and get API access to our data. Also, just real quickly, going to highlight the node inventory. So imagine, say you run multiple nodes and you have tons and tons of nodes in your company. You have a view here of knowing what's going on across board for all your nodes. So for each chain, or say we have Ethereum and whatever else that we manage, we can actually use our node inventory to kind of get a 5,000 or 10,000 foot view of everything going on across your stack. So here you're able to see, okay, what's the version of the client? Is it up to date? Are there any upcoming upgrades? All those kind of details. So, all right. So I'm gonna see if my monitoring dashboard came up. If not, I have another one that that I have ready here for you. Oh, boom. There you go. Oh, look at that. That was quick. So that step that we went through literally just helped spin up this dashboard. So here you could see a Solana validator dashboard. Again, like you said, this is based on the Chainflow Solana mission control exporter. But basically, you get a view for what your validator is doing, how many, basically all the stake information, node hub version. If you're familiar with this dashboard, this should look super familiar. But if there's any other solutions out there that you think the community can benefit from, we're happy to integrate that into our workflow as well. But really, I hope you agree with me that this makes life a lot easier for validators trying to set up monitoring for their Solana validator or Solana node. And this works for full nodes as well. So we have a different version of the flow for for the full node. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to share. But my key ask here for everyone is to jump in on our platform, give it a spin, give us feedback, and yeah, let us know if there's something we could do better, or if you'd like to see a feature on this platform. Because really, our goal here is to make your life as a validator much more efficient, much easier. And yeah, that's it for me. I don't know if you want to add anything, Jay.
No, I think that's all on our side. Again, just keep in mind that we're building a plane while we fly it. So I think for us, it's super important that we get folks to use a product, give us feedback, and we're looking forward to answering those questions.
Looks like Zantetsu has his hand raised. Y'all want to take questions?
Sure. Yeah. So you showed some. Most of what you showed there was kind of like stuff to observe: the state of the nodes, the state of the network, the state of announcements, the state of Twitter. I don't remember if there was a different company or if it was your company, or I got that showed this before, but there's the possibility for having like a UI for actually managing the validators, certain operations. Do you have any UI for, for like drawing from the vote account or changing the validator identity or anything like that? Or is it all just sort of informational?
So that is actually an excellent question. Right now, what we have shown today is what we currently have shipped within the product. But really, like I said, what we're looking for your feedback from is what are some details or what are some pain points that you as a validator would find helpful. And from what you just said, it sounds to me like those actions of like, hey, I want to change my validator information will be super critical for you as a validator operator. So we'll open the feedback here, and anything that would make your life as a validator easier so you can focus on maybe more important things. Really, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's something I personally am looking for. I'm just wondering if you have that, because I've seen other services that tried to put a pretty sort of UI and a little bit of easier methods for doing some of the common operations that operators have to do with their validator, not just observing information, but actually making changes, doing withdrawals. Maybe some even had the ability to have multi-signature based methods for managing vote accounts and stuff. And I don't know if you're considering those types of features, but you may need to be in parity with other services.
Yeah, that's great feedback. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I think what we're optimizing for here, right? Because there's a lot of people that do solo staking work or running nodes, RPC or validator nodes, and there comes a time when there's an issue and you need to respond very quickly, right? With our platform, you can spin up a dashboard for you, but you can also configure the type of alert you want to receive, right? And where you want to receive those alerts. So you can be driving somewhere, you can be in a bar, relaxing, whatever, and it's an issue that happens and you get flagged very quickly. And within our platform, you can quickly understand what's going on and quickly try to resolve it versus going to Twitter, going to Discord, trying to go to the Git repo to download the latest binary. We just do all that behind the scenes for you. So you have a sidecar product that can help you respond very, very quickly. That's our thinking based on all the pain points we experience at Coinbase. And that's the direction we're going with here. Like Jay said previously, right? We're still going up the stack to APM monitoring. We have some logging product that's coming out very soon. Again, to kind of think about it differently and how to troubleshoot stuff, look at logs, and be able to respond very quickly based on anomalies you're seeing within a protocol. So those are other products that's coming soon as well.
Any other thoughts or questions for Skip? Yeah, go ahead.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Maybe you can hear me now. Yeah, so I just checked your platform, looks very interesting. And I see that you are trying to, let's say, give us a pretty pre-configured Grafana dashboards, which is very handy. And plus some monitoring or, let's say, integration us into the community somehow half automatically. What I really found that every validators comes very fast to having their own very customized Grafanas, and it will be very hard for you to compete on that area, as everyone have a very different needs. But what you can do better is what you said in the beginning, is integration into alerting, having more connectors, and as let's say, even if we have a Grafanas, it have to be connected to some tools for alerting, and it have to be, let's say, it's not always easy to understand what you have to monitor for, and let's say what kind of problem you can easily resolve is to determine which critical parts of the system could be monitored and alerted without a deep configuration. As let's say, everyone of validators will come up with a Grafana very fast. So yes, it doesn't work in other ways. But
yeah,
and yeah,
sorry,
I totally
great feedback.
Just that detaching validators from the discords, it's maybe a very counterproductive move. As in reverse, they have to stay attached to the Discord, but I have a serious problem of having hundreds of different Discord channels, and I have to be somehow activated to react for some Solana events. That's what you can do better than others.
Very, very good feedback. One of our models, like we have this BYOD, bring your own dashboard, right? Which is why we're using an open source Grafana Prometheus model. So if you have a dashboard that you're used to already, bring it into the platform and leverage the other features, right? Via API calls, whatever, right? So, and we're not discouraging people from disconnecting from the Discord channel, but it's just another way for you to have something there very quickly, right? Like, I mean, Discord's a very great, amazing platform, but it is super noisy, right? And we have over 50 plus protocols that we have to review and see what's going on. And there's a human, right? Their job is to look through Discord every day if they've not built any automation, right? So this just helps enhance that work versus just like saying, hey, I'm going to be tied to Discord all day. We all have multiple things they do every day, right? But with this platform, you get a quick reaction, quick insights versus, and you can still use Discord to do your re-verification if you need to. But again, it is very noisy platform based on everything you're doing, right? And we just want to, again, our platform is signal over noise, right? A lot of things are happening. How can you be precise in your execution when you're trying to resolve a problem, right? That's where this platform kind of comes in, right?
I think one of the main things to monitor as a quick piece of feedback is Solana alerts. So there's a Solana alerts email list that you could sign up for. And as far as I know, that's the highest sort of signal to noise, right? If anything is critical for an operator, that would be the thing to get. Yeah, Zan,
go ahead.
Yeah, so I just another generalized comment. I mean, it's great to have a service like this, but I do think that validator operators need to have a redundancy of data, of information sources. If they trust just one source, then they could potentially, find a number of validators that that are kind of subject to being led in one direction by that source. So I think that even if validators use your service, they probably still need to or should at least have one or more other sort of methods for gathering information about what's going on and not solely rely on one source. I think that would be a weakness point. I mean, it's great to have 90% of what you need to know in one place, but you shouldn't trust only that source. I think probably most people realize that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we were hand in hand with you in the last Solana outage, and we understand how to do coordination, right? Again, we came from Coinbase, a large exchange, and we have to resolve issues while transactions still has to happen, right? and we have to gather information from different places. Sometimes you do in-place production update versus you can't roll back, right? So we definitely agree with you. This is just an enhancement to all the pain points that we've seen, right? So folks used to have the normal way of running their validator and troubleshooting and have a way to respond to things, right? But there's edge cases where you just need to be able to react very quickly. And I think that's where this platform kind of comes in, right? Nobody says you should stop what you're doing, but look at the platform, and it can really help you with the edge cases, right? Some people have pre-built scripts, pre-built dashboard, a format of how to respond to issues when there's an outage, whatever. But this platform is here to enhance that for you a little bit more. It's not to replace it.
Yeah, and really the one thing I'll add to that is my experience, like running multiple chains, it's just impossible to stay in any Discord. It would for more than like 5 minutes. So most of the time you're not in Discord looking around to see what's going on. You're just doing your I love that. I love that. That's a great idea. But yeah,
Solana only.
So I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? It's hard to just focus on one Discord channel and just being able to get that information in your maybe your preferred, maybe it's PagerDuty, whatever it is, Slack channel. It doesn't disrupt your workflow, and that's really what we're enabling for validators that prefer that as a
yeah. Slack channel can get over text. Slack can become noisy too, right? So we all know how this thing is meant to make our lives better, but they can also become a problem, right? When you need to respond to things very quickly. And I think that's where our platform comes in to help enhance, support, contribute to those areas.
All right. Any other questions, comments, feedback? We're open. Like I said, jump in and try out our product. Give us more feedback. Jump in our Discord. Go ahead, Mihhail.
I just wanted to maybe ask, do you have a plans to have an open alerting? I don't know. Even the basic Zapier or EFTT service connected. So let's say I did check quickly your alerting tab, and it includes just a few services. And let's say, yeah, they are very popular, but they will not match custom solutions.
Yeah, what I would say, definitely that's something we're looking to really, because we want to make sure that we cast the net pretty broadly to where the community is going, right? Because everyone kind of has their own Telegram and Discord, Slack, but really there's a way to catch all of these channels broadly. Then definitely that's something that we'll be interested in providing for the community.
Yeah, there's been some really good feedback today. So thank you. Please use the platform. Give us more feedback. We're trying to do this for the community and learn as we go as well.
All right. Well, thank you all for demoing, taking the time, and thank you for all the feedback. Yeah, next validator call will be in 2 weeks. Just trying to check through the messages, make sure I didn't miss anything. At the earlier time if you're in the US. So yeah, hard to say, but 12 hours earlier than this one right now. Okay, great. All right, thank you all. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.